Live, not ready for this, and we're live. Let me get my buddy. Welcome back to the Seismiq Growth Show. Every Thursday, Park and I, we talk about our life as agency owners and share some insights, hoping that anybody watching in wanting to start their own agency can skip some mistakes that we have made and also find some valuable information that will help them on their journey to growing their agency. And today we want to talk about one of my favorite topics, software or SaaS, software as a service in particular, for agencies. And we're very, very passionate. Well, I am. I think I'm pretty sure Parker is as well. So anyway, let us know where you're listening in from. I'm based in Thailand on a sunny island, and Parker is in Indonesia. How's it going, Parker? It's Thursday already. This is episode 5, by the way. I wrote 4 by
Yeah, you're
accident.
wrong. Wrong title.
No, I was not ready for this. I was not ready. I keep thinking it's at 8:30, so I kind of rushed it. But anybody watching in, thanks for joining. Let us know where you're coming from or where you're watching in from, and we want to talk about software. Excuse me. Yeah, Parker. So when you start out an agency, when you started, or
Uh-huh.
what do you think is actually the most important one? If you can pick one SaaS for your agency, you had to pick
Oh
only
my
one,
God. I think
or the
I
best
cut
one.
out. I think I cut out for a second. What did you say, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you right now.
Okay, yeah. If you can pick only one software for your
Hmm.
agency, or what's the most important software, or what's the first software actually? What's the first software that you should be looking at, or you think other agency owners should be looking at when they start
Yeah,
an agency?
because of my main core service that time when I start agency is the social media management and something like that, reporting. So the most important tool for me that time is social media management tool.
And what did you
Yeah.
use?
Oh yeah, that time. Oh my god, bro! I use like three different platform,
Yeah.
but most of my daily works is happen inside the what's the name? I forgot the name. Hootsuite.
Hootsuite. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Hootsuite's still
Hootsuite.
around. They're big, but they increased their prices. By the way, is your internet not working out very well? Because you're freezing on me.
Ah, but I can hear you. Oh
Yeah,
my god!
I
Wait
can
a
see.
second. I have to check. Maybe I change the connection.
It's all
Wait,
right.
bro.
I'll keep your freeze frame up here on
No, 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 no.
yeah, look at check out his glasses. I love his glasses. Yeah, social media scheduler. Actually, I can't even talk right. Actually, social media schedulers was one of my first as well, I think. Usually people go into CRMs and whatnot. But for me as well, I started in social media marketing. Okay, you're back, by the way. Or you're
Oh,
frozen again. No, you're back. Okay. I started off with social media marketing and social media management in particular with content creation and scheduling and whatnot. And I started actually in later. No, 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 no. I started in I don't even remember the names of these programs, but they had like that Windows the 90s era user interface, and you would download these programs. You can buy them. It's a one-time fee. You download it onto your actual computer, and you can start scheduling
mm.
posts through those. So it wasn't a SaaS, but you can schedule the posts
It's a
through the.
software, something like software,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I don't even remember the names. That's what I
So
first
you
used.
need, if you use the software like that, so you mean your laptop or your
Yes,
MacBook or PC must be online like
it
24
had to be.
hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because I also used it before, and then I realized that oh my god, I can't just open my MacBook or my employee's PC like 24-hour. So then I look for the SaaS tool,
Mhm.
and then I found like Hootsuite, and then later, but most of them I used Hootsuite for the entire process of social media management at the time.
Yeah, and then so after I used that software that was on my local computer, um, I found out about SaaS, and later was one of the first ones I did. Yeah, I knew Hootsuite and I knew Buffer and a few others, but later had the lowest price at that time. I think they still do, and it worked fine. So that was my first entry into it, and I want to talk about for people watching in, or for the few people watching in, how important software is, especially SaaS, especially today. And I think at the time when we started, I don't know, at least in Korea, actually, even today, not many companies use a lot of SaaS tools. There's a few that are coming out of Korea now, but every business I talked with, every client that I had, almost none of them were using any kind of SaaS. Um, and I think it's super important and will really free up your time and make your life easier, right? Instead of, for example, managing your CRM through a spreadsheet, which I also did at my old agency that I worked at. We managed it through a spreadsheet. Yeah. Yeah. So you want to let's go through some of the ones that are most. Let's pick out five. I think. Should we start out with
Yeah,
five of the most important?
maybe five categories. I think because if only five tools, then just all Microsoft
Yeah. That.
things and
Well, yeah,
that
yeah.
and all
Skipping the
that. Yeah,
standards. Yeah.
yeah,
Skipping the.
yeah.
So
That's the standard.
yeah, I guess the standard, the first one would be, your Office suite. So if you're on Microsoft, you might be using Microsoft Teams, including Office, obviously. And if I'm on G Suite, so we're using Google Workspace or G Docs or Google Docs, Google Sheets, and so on. So those are not the ones I want to talk about because most likely everyone already knows about email and different Office products that they can use. I want to talk about a little bit more that are geared towards running an agency. So, for example, CRMs,
Mm.
project management tools. If you have a lot of traffic, maybe you have some live chat or chatbots running, or maybe that's your specialty. Maybe you are selling chatbot management services, right? So that's what I want to get into. Um, so let me run through what I think are the five most important when you're starting out, right? When you're starting out. I want to say I haven't thought of this off. This is off the top of my head. For me, when I started out, and what I thought was most important, one, in no particular order, one, proposal software. For me was really important because I was doing everything manually in PDFs, right? Creating decks manually. Um, CRMs, project management software, and team communication. If you're, I don't know if that was 4 or 5. If you're working remote, actually no. Even in an office, team communication is really important, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be remote to be using chat software like or SaaS like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and so on. So I think those are the most important to me. Of course, there's other things relevant to your website and all that, but for me, I think that's it. Those would be the most important. And then if I'm starting out, if I picked one, so remember we talked about um, inbound marketing, outbound marketing, what to start with, or how to start closing clients and stuff like that. So let's say it was you want to start closing clients through outbound marketing strategies and cold outreach in particular. Then there would be software related to cold outreach, right? So you would need cold email tools, you would need lead scraping tools, and so on. If it's inbound or you're just doubling down on SEO blog content, you would need rank tracking, keyword exploring, SEO optimizing, that kind of software as well. So anyway, let's start with the basics. That's my pick. What about you, Parker?
I already mentioned about this like maybe 2 weeks ago in second webinar or third webinar, I think.
Mm,
But yeah, that's the main tools that really helpful for me when I start agency is the reporting tool, right? Because yeah, we talk about the social media and we cannot just uh, um, I mean in my agency I only that time I only work mostly in social media,
mm,
and it will be take a lot of my time and my team time for manually calculate one by one the metrics, right, on that time. That's why we really need the tool that can calculate all the metrics and then show to the clients. So yeah, for me, the most important thing is the social media tools, reporting tools,
Mm-hmm.
and then proposal tools, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this the main three. I really that really helps me when I start my agency.
Yeah, I forgot about reporting. Reporting is also super important. We also
Yeah.
did that manually a long time at the Korean agency I was working at before. We did that manually, but software makes it super easy, especially if you integrate it with Google Analytics.
Google Analytics,
Yeah, it's a
yes.
couple
Facebook,
clicks.
Instagram.
Yeah, just a couple
Right
clicks.
now, we can easily connect all of the tools, all of the social media, right? In only one click, and all will connect it.
Yeah.
But that time, even for the connection, we still need time, and we still need to modify some part or some integration process as well.
You should try
Yeah.
it
So
with
today is
spreadsheets.
really different when we
Yeah, yeah.
start the agency like 5 years ago.
All right. Okay, so let's break it down one by one. Proposals. Let's start with proposals because I think we both agree they're super important. Because when the leads start coming in, or maybe you have a few friends, family, relatives, and friends of friends, you wanna one even if it's people you know. Probably that one of the it might actually that's dependent, but maybe it's one of the easiest people to close, but you still want to make sure it's professional. This is a business, and this sets the stage for all of the future clients that you may close. And so proposals for me were super important. And oh, by the way, someone said hello, Balaji. I don't know if I pronounced your name right.
Balashiram, yeah.
Balaji Ram. Welcome to the show, Watermelon. All right, and then because with proposals, it's the first, it's the first piece of work that your potential client sees, right? It's
Yeah.
representation, and to me, that's still part of branding. And I wanted mine to look professional, and I think everyone's, even if you're a one-person agency, and you're doing, $50 contracts like I was when I first started, I still want my proposal to stand out. And so originally, that's why I spent so much time in not just writing them, but designing them in Photoshop or at the time, and then exporting as PDFs and sending it out like that. That took a lot of time. And so what software does is one, um, if let's say you write out the proposal, most of the time the proposal will be the same. What I mean by that, if you're a productized service, it's always going to be the same. But if you are a custom or a specialized agency, obviously the proposals will have to differ a little bit per client or per lead because they'll have different requirements, needs, and budgets, right? However, most of the other content in that proposal would be the same. It's what we do for you, a little bit about us, some case studies, about what kind of services we provide, and so on and so forth. And so that becomes repetitive. And what proposal says or proposal software can do is you can save those as the whole proposal, depending on what software you use, the whole proposal as a template or blocks of it as a template, or saved blocks that you can repurpose or reuse. The other cool thing is with whatever they call it in whatever software you're using. So it can be called merge tags, dynamic placeholders, dynamic variables, or whatnot. Basically, what they are um, let's say we have client name, the date, we have your company name, we have the point of contact's email and their name. So those can be replaced. So if you save something as a template, let's say the client company name, and so each software will have a different variable for that. But every time you use that, it'll automatically replace it, right? So anyway, small things like that. And the design, super important. It can make it can be a drag and drop builder or whatever way it is for the software you're using. It can make it a lot easier to make look professional and pretty, right? So that's why I think it's really important. And the last part would be that sending, right? You can send it through your own email via SMTP, and you can check. And the super important part is you can check how many times they've opened it, if they clicked on it or clicked on any links inside of it, and blah 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 blah. So those are all really important because you can see, for example, if you see somebody that clicked the link or clicked your proposal or opened it 20 times, but they haven't gotten back to you, then it gives you a better idea of maybe you should reach out, maybe you should ask some questions, maybe you should give them more information, or whatnot. And if they've never opened it, maybe you can follow up with a different way, in a different way, right? That being said, I mean, actually, Parker, do you want to add anything to that? Why proposal software might be important? I see
Yeah, I
you.
have question for you first.
Oh no.
When you start launch or start your agency, did you just start using the proposal tool, or just start with a PDF and something like that, the word things?
Well, when I first started my own agency, remember I started on like Korea's version of Fiverr, so there were no proposals being sent. Right, the closing was just yeah. Sorry, this is this is episode 5. I had to I rushed and copied and pasted the old title. It's episode 5. It's been over a month already. So on the Korean Fiverr or Korea's version of Fiverr, they just purchase right away. So my proposal was my sales page, right? After that,
uh,
my proposals were kind of a rate card template, right? So I no customized proposals. It was one deck and sent out. And then I started getting some bigger leads, and so that's when I started building out my own proposals. And my first proposal software wasn't a proposal software. What it was SlideBean. That was the one. SlideBean made PDF decks really easy to make. It wasn't made for proposals. It was just easier to make PDF decks because before that I was making them through Photoshop, right? Like an idiot. And then, so with the bigger companies that started coming in, I started making it through these PDF deck builder software. And then after that, my first proposal software. Oh, I don't even remember. I don't remember my first one. Maybe it was Nusi. Maybe it was Better Proposals. Actually, I think it was Better Proposals. That was the first one I used. And then I played around with maybe 6 or 7 other ones. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, so first time the agency, I just used the Word, Microsoft Word, and then yeah, setting up the footer, the header, and then just change the
Yeah.
name and the company name. Just this, just that, and then the section of the services, right? It's because all of my offer is only about social media at that time. So only one service, like most of my clients are social media for their cafe, something like that.
Mm,
And then after some years, and then we have some other categories, clients and niche, and then I realized that I cannot make one template or the same section for each of these different clients, right?
mm,
Clients category. So I have to prepare the copy for each of the uh, niche, the client's niche, and then the category of business. And yeah, that's why I'm searching what tool that can help me to create a proposal to
mm-hmm.
specific industry, to specific categories, right? So yeah, first tool I found is I think Nusi. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, we
I
use the
think
same one.
Nusi. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Nusi. So, oh my God, this tool is really helpful. We can save template like each offer with their own template, right? Like this template only for social media on cafes. This template only
Cool.
for social media for the B2B industry, or this template is for website, something like that. So we can customize the template we use. So that time actually, that's why the proposal tool is really important, because that on that time I think to get more different clients, not
Mm-hmm.
only for social media or the cafes,
Yeah.
right? So I finally found, oh, by the way, inside the tools of proposal, we can see the template that already inside the tools, like how to make a proposal, the content proposal for the B2B, B2C, and other typical clients or something like that. So that's the point also, when I try to think, oh my God, can I try to send the proposal to this type or this model of client? And then yeah, because of that too, I try to open the yeah, what is it, the opportunity, I
Mm-hmm.
think,
Mm-hmm.
to find the new model on the new type of my clients.
Yeah,
So until today, I'm not only works for social media or for clients, so a lot of type of clients, and then a niche. Yeah, that's
yeah, yeah.
because of the proposal tools, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just getting flashbacks now, because you bring it up. That's also like I think one of the questions that brings me. I get a new idea now on a video I can make because one of the first questions I had was how do I write a proposal, right? When I worked at the old agency, yeah, we worked on Korean proposals, which are a little bit different. And then remember I switched markets into English speakers, and I didn't know how to write an English proposal or proposals for foreign businesses. And I did a lot of research on that. But yeah, software proposal or proposal software tools, they'll have templates there, and that also got
Yeah,
my brain running because they'll have
yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there's the web design, there's the consulting, there's the social media, there's the SEO proposal. So I was like, oh wow, I can do a lot of these things,
Yeah,
and
we got the ideas from these tools when
yeah, yeah,
start login, and oh my god, there's a lot of type of clients that we can uh at least sending email or find them, right?
yeah,
Who
yeah.
knows, they will be the clients for us. Yeah.
Yeah, it gave us a lot of ideas. And I mentioned earlier, hey, MC, Naveen, thanks for
Navid,
joining.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I remember, I'm getting a lot of flashbacks. But on a previous video, because a lot of people that are just starting out their agency, they're probably going to start out like us, providing one service, the one service that they're good at. And then we talked about how we might be able to expand our services. And one of the first ways to do that is to outsource or to build partnerships with other specialists. And so, yeah, that got my brain running. I had that photography add-on or upsell because we were doing social media marketing services, but I had a friend or I made friends with a studio owner, and we were upselling photography as well. But then when I saw the SEO and the web design, I was like, oh, I should make more friends, right? That I can outsource work to and close more, bigger contracts. Um, Now, what about names? Let's drop some names on software because I've used a lot and I haven't been happy. Well, maybe I just ask too much, but I have never really been super happy with proposal software that I've tried out, and I've tried out a lot of them. They're all okay, but none of them really hit the spot for me. And I thought, because right now I'm back in Better Proposals, so I went from various other tools, Better Proposals, Nusi, Plutio, a bunch, and then I ended up back in Better Proposals, just because I feel it's the best one that I've used since, or out of all the ones that I've used so far. I'll go into that in a second. But Parker, is there any specific tool that comes to mind to you when it comes to proposals?
Oh, for now I stuck in Plutio, bro.
But Plutio
Yeah,
is good.
for now I stuck with Plutio
Yeah.
because I have no time anymore to change and move all the data. And yeah, because I used Plutio before,
Hmm.
like 2 years or 2 years ago, and then I stopped and I changed to another one. I have to move all the things, and then when I have some like issue, something like that, I need to check again the invoices and the proposal like before, and I cannot find it, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, after like the latest 1 more year, I use Pludio, and yeah, I don't want to change again because it's enough for now, and I don't want to change, and then I when I need something, I have to go back and then looking for something inside the previous tool.
Hmm. And Plutio is a really good tool for those
Yeah.
who don't know what it is. Plutio is an all-in-one. It's like the one tool that I do suggest to a lot of people to start out with. Maybe I should do a review about it because I also used it too, and it has everything in there. Now we're about to talk about proposals. We're going to talk about CRM, project management, and so on. And I just realized that Plutio has all of them. So if I'm gonna if I'm gonna bring up a tool that I think is good or I would recommend to a new agency owner or even a new small business owner, that would be the tool actually. Okay, so that's a wrap. I'll see you guys next week Thursday at 8 p.m. No, I just realized because yeah, Plutio is the number one tool I think because they did a big update and what's it called everything is a lot better. When I first used it, it also wasn't great for me because the proposal software always had issues. The proposal part of it, and then the UI UX wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. But now everything's really good, and the founder, it's a small team. I think it was like 3 people, but they're scaling fast, and but yeah. All right. What was I saying? Yeah. So better proposals, or what makes a good proposal software? What makes a good proposal software for me? Because I use obviously ease of use, saving different blocks, and all the basics that every proposal software has. We can't go too deep into it, but for me is the design, the simplicity of creating many proposals fast while looking good. Because most proposal software you can do it fast, right? As long as they don't have bugs. You save a proposal template and you edit where you can, or you don't even have to edit if you have a lot of merge tags in there or dynamic placeholders. But anyway, save it as a template or saving blocks or sections as saved content blocks and just reusing them for each proposal, right? But so all of them can do that, but to make it look good and to make your experience good, right, is very difficult. And I found so far that better proposals has been one of the easiest and best looking. So that's how I would suggest if you're going for one proposal software, I would suggest better proposals. But that changes, right? That changes with every recommendation we give for software because the software industry is super fast paced. And so what's good today may not be good, or there might be something better in a year or 6 months or even the next month. But if you're looking for an all-in-one, Plutio, right? I think Plutio is the one. Okay, enough about proposals. I want to talk about
Oh, one
yeah.
thing that one important thing that in proposal is also you need to find the white label one, so you
Mm-mm.
can change the C name and then the URL and the logos and footer or anything, the email, because some of the tools for proposals even they do even they have white label option, but the email sender and then the footer on email and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
other
yeah.
things still in their name. But it's okay if you think it's okay to show off to your clients that you use the great tool like Better Proposal or Pluti or something like that. It's okay for you. But if you are not don't want to show to your clients that you use third party tool something like this, so better looking for check for the what is it, the white label feature on the proposal one.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
because
point.
it will boost your brand as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great point. I think it depends on who you are as an
Yeah.
agency owner. For me, I wanted everything in our brand. So I wanted everything white labeled or custom branded. Wanted all emails to be sent out from our email because I think it is. I feel like some of the bigger companies or agencies might not care. Maybe because they're already big. But as a small agency or a one person agency or just starting out, you do want to look professional. And it's like to me, it's like sending emails, business emails from your Gmail account, right? Your at gmail.com account.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it feels
it's
like to
like
me.
first time me like that, bro. Cold email sending using free Gmail account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I wanted everything. I still do actually. I still want everything white labeled or in our brand. I just feel it ties everything in together. It looks better, more professional. But again, you might be different. And also, if you're using a big tool like or one of the best tools, right? Let's just say Hootsuite or Buffer for social media, and you don't mind. That's fine as well. Um, and then I just remembered. So the next tool. Enough about proposals. The next tool, project management. Project management. Now that I think about it again, that was one of the first ones I look for, because and be careful when you're looking around at software or thinking about software or researching what software to use. You can jump down a rabbit hole because there's thousands and thousands of software out there, and you're instead of working, you end up reading about software and comparing different software, and you'll lose a lot of hours. And I went through that because I spent months reading about software instead of using the software. So be careful about that. Anyway, with project management, again, there's tons of tools out there, and looking back, it was a lot of wasted time reading about Monday, Asana, all these
Bitrix.
Basecamp, yeah. Because the reason why, to looking back, why it was a waste of time at that time is because I didn't have a team, right? I worked alone, and the biggest team I had after a year and a half was 5 people, and so Trello is more than enough. Trello was more than enough, and when I started alone, what's it called, Todoist was more than enough. Trello is also free, so if you're working alone, these tools were more than enough. And I was busy looking at Monday and Basecamp and all these other tools when I didn't even have the money to pay monthly. But anyway, project management is super important, and I'm a big fan of project management tools. I like to organize my tasks. Even though I have a project management tool for my agency or my other business, I am using Todoist on my own, and I've tried out a bunch too. Right, Trello by myself, Things 3 if you're on Mac, I really like that one too. But I end up coming back to Todoist. So project management, what do you think, Parker?
Yeah, when I first started agency, project management tool is not necessary use. I need it. No, now not need necessary. Yeah, and because of I don't know. I like to handling people directly, something like that.
Mm,
Arrange my team to do this, to do that, like directly explain to them something like that, and just control like usual, so something like that. But yeah, that's the time when I start the agency. But right now, with a lot of clients, a lot of teams, and then the type of project, yeah, oh my god, you need the project management tool.
yeah, you go
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Um,
Even with the project management tool, you will still go crazy because first time, yeah. That's why I really hate. June knows me that I really hate something like this. The tool like this, we are different here.
mhm.
It's because of what there's a lot of items inside the project management tool that you need to learn. It's not just after you pay for the month and then you can use it. No, man, you have to learn like monthly, 3 months, 6 months,
Yeah.
so you can use it like daily. So that's why I really hate. I think it's better to learn another things and
Mhm.
then just give this part to project manager or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because of something like this.
Yeah, yeah. But when you start out, you have no choice. You need to know it.
Yeah.
So, what makes a good project management tool? For me, I think. Well, actually, I mean, okay. So I'm just gonna say it because the fact is that most software that you've heard of when it comes to project management already have all of these features. It's
Mm.
just in small differences in UX, but also some tools are geared towards certain businesses, right? Some might be geared towards agencies. Some might be geared towards tech companies or actual SaaS companies as well. And regardless of what industry it is geared towards, if it was, certain software or certain SaaS platforms for project management work or just fit, right? So that's the one you would go for. Um, that being said, what do I think makes a good project management software tool? For me, number one is UI UX. I have to enjoy using it, and it has to be easy to use for our team as well, and it has to look beautiful. I mean, that's what it's kind of stupid, but I'm sure there's other people out there like me when it comes to it. Yeah, function matters, but UX matters more to me, right? Anyway, what in terms of features? So if you're familiar at all with project management, I like to work in Kanban, but moving cards through lists is just easier for me to visualize. But most project management software tools will have various views, right? You'll have Gantt chart views, kind of like timeline views, calendar views, list views. I'm not a fan of lists. or list views because it gets too confusing for me, especially if you have a lot of lists, you have a lot of tasks, and you have a lot of subtasks. It gets confusing, but overviewing through the tasks you have to go through, lists are okay. Like at a glance, and then I like to go in on into the Kanban view. Um, what other features are important to me? Having those different views, but at least Kanban, having subtasks available, the ability to have multiple lists because some tools will only give you, to do doing done, right, or three or four. Full customizations when it comes to projects or sub projects or folders or portfolios, however they call it in their platform. And tagging also super important to be able to tag other team members, assign other team members, having due dates, and have that all combined into the calendar. Being able to have repeating tasks, repeating projects, repeating other things, and milestones. I think milestones are also important. But
That's a lot of part
yeah,
of
yeah.
project
But most
management.
most most of them do, as far as I recall. But I think okay. So what would I recommend starting out? Because project management, it sounds simple, but when you log in to some of these platforms, they get really confusing. And even if you're already
Yeah,
experienced with project management, if you move into a new platform, you still have to
it will be
learn.
different.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
still have to learn it.
Even the name like milestone or something like that may be different
It might be,
each
yeah,
platform. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm lucky because that time when I just start the agency, most of my clients are social media, and that time I think before I move all the clients platform to Hootsuite,
Mhm.
I use social report. I think social report that time they have the white label one. That's why I use them. But the price is really high. I think that time is $499 a month,
Oh
but it's
wow.
cover all my needs. I can um, add like 50 clients the time, and then because of most of my clients is
Sorry.
because of most of my clients is the social media projects and then the cafe.
Mhm.
So inside the tool social report, I think socialreport.io, if you want to check it, I think now they rebranded to Trajack or something like that.
Mhm.
uh, but that time most of my clients are social media and then the cafe, something like that. So I can control all the project inside the social report, bro. So because yeah, I can. It's not too much works handling inside the inter my team, right?
Mhm.
So I can just check what the content, the copywriting, caption, and then the design, and is it scheduled or not, or something like that. So it's just a simple thing that I use. Uh, management tool inside the social management tools.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So go. I mean, I'm gonna bring this up on every tool we talk about. But if I were to recommend anything for an agency owner starting out that is willing to pay monthly for software, because you don't
Mhm.
have to pay monthly. There's plenty of tools out there you can use for free. But if they were, I would again. I'd probably suggest Plutio. And I'm
Yeah,
not
even
an.
until today, I still use Pludio, bro.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And they've improved so much. The UX is really good. Everything, all the features. This is starting to sound like a Plutio show. We're not brand ambassadors there, and we weren't paid to talk about it. I might have an affiliate link though, if you want to support the show, you
Yeah,
can
you
click on
have to
that.
put on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I have to find it because I haven't done it. I haven't done a lot of affiliate stuff. But anyway, yeah, all in one is good. Let's go into all in one in a second. But after project management, I think would be communication because we're already 40 minutes in. Time is flying. We've only talked about two tools. Communication. But I think moving on, I mean, because we're Parker and I are both really passionate about software, so we can have a separate episode for every single software type out there or every single software company out there. So we can go on and on about this. But communication. So if you have a team, communication really important. If you have clients or you plan to communicate with clients, communication might be important, super important. On that note, though, I would say don't chat with your clients. I did this when I started, though. Maybe you want to provide because you're able to provide much better service, maybe, right? And so maybe you want to chat with your clients, but at this stage for me today, I do not want to chat with my clients. Not because I don't like them, but if I were to do that, I would have no time to work because we have many clients and I have many things to do, and everyone has many things to do, and things get misunderstood in chat. Anyway, team communication. There's some project management tools out there that have communication or discussion modules within the platform. Plutio also has one. And Nifty, I did a review on that. That video has like, I don't know, 1,000 something views, which is one of the highest I have. But Nifty is another platform also created by an agency, right? I think they're agency based in NYC, in New York City, and they created a project management tools for themselves, and then they kind of, fixed it up and created it for people like us. And I think it's a really good tool. Still using it. But we are planning to move out. We'll go into that in a second. But yeah, Nifty has discussion modules within their platform, within their project management platform. And you can discuss and chat with your team members. You can bring in guests or clients and chat with them as well. Plutio also has the same deal. There's obviously Slack and Microsoft Teams. I used Slack in the beginning just because all the cool people were using Slack. But I mean, you have to pay for it, right? And then the last one I wanted to recommend, and the one we're using now, is actually Discord. Discord started off in the gaming community. However, it's expanded. Discord also free, really, really good. I love Discord. And if you want to see what it's like, you can click on the link in the description and join my Discord server. What about it, Parker? Communication.
Yeah, because of most of the clients in Indonesia, we use WhatsApp, so the communication is
Oh, what's
only
that? Yeah.
WhatsApp. Yeah, so yeah, only because I don't know. Even if you push the clients in Indonesia to use the communication by email, something like that, they will still contact you by WhatsApp.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
Korea too, it's Kakao. So Kakao is
yeah.
like WhatsApp, but everyone's on Kakao in Korea, and yeah, they love doing it through Kakao, but I really hated it, and I hate
Yeah,
WhatsApp too.
and then when we need something, the like very important chat that we need to record or something like that, we cannot find it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so that's why we move also for communication inside the Plutio,
Mhm.
so it's good. Yeah, all chat and all the communication with client will be happen in Plutio, but it's just same, bro. The clients keep bothering me
Yeah,
like
yeah,
WhatsApp like every day, so it's okay for me, it's okay.
yeah. All right. What are we forgetting after communication? Proposals,
Reporting to.
reporting also important. When I started at the Korean agency, it was manual spreadsheets that really sucked. Uh, and then when I started my own agency, while I was working at it, so part time, I also wanted to stand out. So I was able, while working at the other agency, it wasn't a small agency, by the way, but they were still doing a lot of manual stuff and spreadsheet stuff. Anyway, I was able to pinpoint or try to pinpoint what I thought the weaknesses were and what I thought should be improved. And like these are the kind of things like proposals and reporting and all of that. And what are you eating, by the way? I'm so hungry. What are you eating, bro?
You want to see it?
Yeah. What is it?
We call it terang bulan.
Trang bulan. What is that? What is that? Indonesian?
It's just like I don't know what is it. I don't know what to call it
Trang bulan. It's okay.
in
I'll Google it.
English. Yeah.
I'll Google it.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, I'm so hungry now. What was I saying?
Reporting too. But bro,
Reporting. Yeah.
yeah, most of these tools like reporting something like that. I remember that I just used socialreport.io that time, and it's
All right.
cover everything. So
Yeah.
even if the price is 499, but I don't have to worry about the report, the PM, and then the social media. And one the best thing is this tool is one on of only five tools in the world that integrate directly to Facebook and Instagram that time.
Hmm.
So yeah, 499 I think is it's expensive, but it's still helpful. I don't have to use other tools. So yeah, what you suggest that when you start run, better to use one all-in-one tool. Yeah, that's works actually,
Yeah, and
including the report one.
yeah,
Should
they're
I
the
should
tools.
I eat, bro?
Yeah, yeah, eat, man, eat.
Oh
But
my god, I'm
just
so
make sure you
hungry.
share with people what you're eating. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, when we were doing social media when I first started, I mentioned I did automation, right? I started out with Instagram and Facebook automation tools or services, and I found a software at the time, small company, I think. What was and also it didn't directly natively integrate, but they had a way to integrate somehow. I think it was like IG Blade. I think they're still around. IG Blade or Ninja Blade or something like that. There's a few
Yeah,
small
for
ones.
reporting.
Yeah, yeah.
I think for the tools for the reporting one that free that you can use is IG Blade.
Is it free? No, I
Their
paid for it.
report
I was paying for it.
it's free, bro, but only some report that you can use.
Oh, and white labeling.
Yeah,
White labeling. I had to pay for the white labeling too. But
yeah, yeah.
anyway, it was like a game changer for a lot of the like small businesses in Korea because I'm talking about remember the $50 services that I was doing, $30 services. Because the types of reporting they got, they didn't get anything right. There's no metrics. It was just like we did this, and this done. And then I came in and I was using IG Blade. They're getting charts and graphs and metrics and all of the information there. It took me a few clicks. For them, they're getting so much more. And yeah, it was a game changer. And I got a lot of good reviews out of that too. So reporting super important, of course. Clients do want to know, what's going on or what worked, or at least your analysis of it. And what would I pick for reporting? Again, there's a lot of tools out there. You want to pick one that integrates with whatever platform you're using for your services. So, like Parker said, if you're doing social media, it wants to integrate. Yeah, it needs to integrate with Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're using. But you don't always have to pay. So if you're doing Google Ads or you're doing SEO or you're doing whatever, Google Data Studio will you can use that. It has a slight learning curve because it took me a little bit, but is the day and age of the internet, and you can Google it, or even better today, you can YouTube it. Right? That's another big difference from 10 years ago.
Yeah,
We
with
had to
today.
Google it, right? But now we can YouTube it, and they give you they'll walk you through the process. So, um, yeah, you don't have to pay for it. But that being said, reporting. What's a good reporting tool?
For me,
Hmm.
that's this still the best.
Which one?
That's this.
Dash this. I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
used it.
yeah, that's this still the best. I use that's this only for some premium clients because
Yeah.
the price for that's this is also high. But I use that's this. I remember that's because I work for government projects and they really need like deeper analytics and something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I finally found the does this because they also have feature only to they have feature like for tourism details, something like that, analytics in tourism and something like that. So it will be good if you work for the government or clients, your clients is a government and tourism, something like that, hospitality in a country or a city. Better to use like tools like that's this.
Dash this.
Yes, that's this.
All right, I'll check it out as well. And there, again, as an agency, there's gonna be a lot more tools you need to use. The ones we talked about are just basic, foundational, the foundation of your agency, right? Communication, project management, proposals. I don't know if we talk reporting, right? That kind of is the pillars, I guess, and then you build on off of that, and also on the services that you provide. So if you're doing social media management, you would be using different social media platforms, but also there's a lot of supplementary services or supplementary software. So for example, if you were doing we mentioned earlier SEO work. There's SEO optimization tools. There's keyword research tools, sometimes combined. And content marketing or content research tools and so on and so forth. And if you're doing social media advertising or Google or search and display advertising, there's a lot of tools out there that will help you optimize your campaigns, either with AI. AI is another hot word, but I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I wanted to say that we can't go into all of them. Oh, but the next thing I wanted to say was, what do you think about all-in-one versus specialized tools for each feature or function that you're looking for? Because when I started, I was greedy and I wanted to find the best of the best for each function, right? So if we were doing invoices, I wanted it invoicing SaaS. If I was doing proposals or project management or so on, I wanted that. Today,
Then you
though,
will
yeah,
stress
yeah,
because of the
yeah,
integration. You need to integrate one and other, right?
yeah, yeah. Like my thinking was the all-in-one tools because I started out using them and Plutio was one of them. At the time, it wasn't as refined as it is today, but I found that it was lacking in certain areas. Or if I compared their proposals with a specialized proposal software, obviously that specialized proposal software was better, right? And so I went from all in one, and then I went into specialized, and then I went back into all in one, and then I went back into specialized. So I jump around software a lot. And today, right now, my thinking is kind of, I it just makes my life easier to get it all in one, right? It might be
Yeah.
lacking in a few things, but if possible, at least the core ones. So, for example, CRM. Oh, we didn't talk about CRM. CRM, proposals, invoices, HRM, maybe communication, but I really like Discord, and a few other things. I think it's just easier to manage in one platform, and also your teammates will probably hate you if you if you gotta ask them to sign up and download 11 different programs and set up their
Yeah.
accounts and keep them all open because not everyone will have a great. Even my MacBook, I need to upgrade, but not everyone will have fast computers either, so that can get pretty annoying. Anyway, what do you think? All in one is your way, your choice.
Mm, I prefer one by one.
Oh, you actually do prefer? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I prefer one by one and one tool and yeah, because I already stuck with one tool. Like for example, when I do blogging and then the social media blogging and then automate sending to all the channels and publish on all the channel, I will use only story chief, right?
Hmm.
So something like this because like the tools like blogging and something like that, we cannot merge all of this under one platform. So yeah, maybe for something like PM and CRM and then the cold, I think cold tools, cold call or cold email must be also different from the PM something.
Of
So maybe
course.
for all in one tool is only for me. It's okay if it's CRM and then PM tool and invoicing,
Yeah.
proposal things,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Of course. I don't think there is a full suite of
Yeah.
agency tools.
Oh, there is, bro. Bitrix 24, I think they have all. I used them before as well.
You mean they
Yeah.
also have, cold outreach and other.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Okay.
And then even for the building the website, the blogging, something like
Oh,
that.
right, right.
They
Yeah,
have
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have all.
Okay. Yes.
But then I confuse myself when I use it.
Confuse myself.
Yeah. So oh my god, I cannot use the full of tools like this. It's better to use one by one.
Yeah, yeah. All right. And let me see here. Those are, I mean, we went through the foundational ones, but again, I want to repeat my experience, like finding out about software and then finding out about SaaS and then utilizing and leveraging them for my business, and more specifically for my agency. It was a game changer, and I don't know if everyone's like me when they're first starting out because well, when I first started out, I didn't know much about software. So I guess many other agency or new agency owners or aspiring entrepreneurs and agency owners might be in the same position. So I'll say it anyway. Um,
And also maybe because the price is expensive, bro.
yeah, that's another one. But I mentioned earlier, you don't have to pay, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
you use the free one is enough.
yeah, yeah. When you're starting out, use a free one, and then just grow from there. Because if you pay for anything, especially if you're starting out, you have to make sure, or anytime you pay for something, there needs to be ROI on it, right? You need to get your return on investment. So if you're paying $99 a month, you better be making use of that platform and getting back more than $99 a month. But if I was to start out again, I would go for all the free ones. And there's plenty of free ones out there, and there's plenty of freemium ones out there. And then what I'm thinking of moving into right now actually is Perfects, right? Perfect CRM, open source. You pay one time. You need to have it on your own server, so there are server costs, and then there's the preliminary or the one-time fee cost to get the code. But I don't know. I haven't really tested it yet. But the reason I'm looking at it is because I've been looking for all-in-one solutions, and again, cost-wise, a lot of the bigger, well-developed all-in-one solutions cost a lot more, right? So I'm just trying to
I
save
use
money.
Perfect. I used Perfect 3 years ago. I think 3 or 4 years ago.
What did you think about it?
I think it's good, but I'm not so techy that time, so I
Yeah.
don't understand how hosting or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
server works,
yeah.
right? So I just read, oh my God, I think this is good. And I just read some blog posts about how to install the code, something like that, the script. And then I try by myself. Hey, it's run, it's good. I can white label it. I can change the logo and something like that. And it works. And then I don't understand why it's slowing down or something like that. That's because I don't understand how server works, how hosting works, something like that. So yeah, I just stop it and I use the SaaS tool. Yeah, and then right now I just realized, oh my God, Perfect is good. The stupid is me because I don't understand the server and something like that that time.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what was I saying? And yeah, so I would use the free ones to start out and upgrade as we go or as you go and make sure that you get ROI or you make money with the platform you use, especially if you're paying monthly. And I forgot where I was going with this, but all-in-one solutions. Again, I'm going back towards that, just to have all the foundational kind of tools in one place and everyone inside one platform. Um,
Maybe we can recap one by one again from the tools because it will help people or our viewers that they don't know what tools is it.
I,
Yeah, we can
yeah,
just mention like for proposal what tools that we recommend to
yeah.
use.
Well, for an all-in-one, yeah, I just mentioned I'm going into Perfect. I'm thinking or I'm planning to go into Perfect CRM, but I haven't used it much, so I can't recommend it yet. But Plutio. So this was I forgot about this earlier. I mean, before the call, but Plutio is the one tool that I would recommend any aspiring or new agency owners to move into. There's a lot in it, but it's easy to use. It'll take, I would say, a week at tops. Actually, let's say 2 weeks. 2 weeks to figure out the platform and set things up. White labeling, all of that's available, obviously for a price. Invoicing, invoicing discussions, project management. It has
Communication.
communication. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has everything, right? I think,
Mm.
except reporting. No
Even
reporting.
the wiki or
Oh yeah,
knowledge
yeah, yeah.
base,
They have
they have
yeah, a
as well.
KB model or module they have, both for internal or for your clients. It's really good, I think. That is the tool I would recommend for. And did I say proposals? Yeah. And then if we do a recap, um,
Recap is one of the
oh
brand
yeah,
of tools
recap's
for
also a
proposal
proposal.
as well.
Yeah, I use that
Yeah.
one. Oh, okay. So instead of a recap, because we talked about this the whole episode, and I don't think no one's gonna watch this to the end. I think when it gets posted on YouTube. But when it comes to software, so yeah, I try to save money, and most likely you will too. But you should like, how do you find good software, bad software, and at what point do you pay for cheap? Because if you're starting out, right? Let's say we're looking for some supplementary software or specialized software like cold outreach. Maybe we should talk about that in the next one. But cold outreach, you'll search cold outreach or cold email, SaaS or best software for cold emailing and things like that. And you'll see a bunch of tools, and then you'll go looking for the discount ones or the low price plan ones.
I
Um,
even emailed the founder or the marketing manager to give the discount at that time.
yeah,
I explained that I just start my agency and something like that. I need to know your tool and something like that. Do you have any discount for this?
yeah,
Something like that. And they said, "Oh, it's okay. We have the discount for this. You can pick this." Yeah, something. Even they give the code for discount.
That should have been the title of this episode. If you take anything away from this episode, that should be the one. Because I never did that, right? I don't know if it's the ego or I'm just stupid. Or I thought it would never work. But I learned this from Parker as well. If there's any software you want to pay for, make sure instead of going to their pricing page, go to their chat first and shoot them a message, right? Just be honest. Hey, I'm just starting out. I tried your freemium or your free plan, and I want to upgrade. Blah blah blah, and just see if there's a discount. Because most of the time they will give you one, unless you're talking with Ahrefs or something like that. They're most likely they won't. But most of the other
No,
software.
even Semrush, something like that, give me discount, bro.
Well,
Yeah, yeah,
you have a way with
yeah.
your words. That's why.
I don't know. Every time I email like founder something like that, I still get the feedback, and it's most of them are positive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's maybe I don't know. It's maybe my luck or
Yeah,
something.
I don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
Usually that doesn't work for me. But when it comes to discounts as a customer, as a potential customer, most of the time they will, right? So you can save a little bit more money there. And when it comes to software, I've tried a lot of different ones. I've tried, plenty of lifetime deals as well. Lifetime deals meaning, one-time payment for lifetime access, usually with SaaS startups. Also paid for SaaS startups. Also tried, local hosting kind of software where you have to download, the app or the code. And if I were to give advice on how to pick the software, I would just go for one of the top three in the specific field. I think after all my time trying and testing out different tools, that would be my suggestion. It's a safe bet. It might not be the cheapest one, but when you get what you pay for, right? I think that's a motto, or not a motto, but something I think about a lot in my life is you get what you pay for. So you can nickel and dime, but you're gonna end up with a penny software. So that's my thinking on it, and so I'm not afraid to pay if I know it, I need to use it for a lot of different software. And my software costs per month are very 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 high, very high right now. But what about you, Parker? I feel you're different
Ye-
here. Am I right?
for what part?
Yeah, I talk a lot. No, for software. When you pick out software, I
Ah,
think you get what you pay for. And my advice or my thinking is I just pick out of the top, three or top five. Top meaning most reviews, most well
mm,
known, best well
yeah, yeah.
developed, and probably also one of the priciest, right?
Yeah, if me for me, because I mentioned some tools that you even don't know,
Yeah.
like that's this socialreport.io, something like that. You even don't know. It's because most of I usually check them not based on the what is it, the review on the
Reviews
G2
and
or
yeah,
yeah, I don't check on it because I also part of it and I know how it
yeah,
works.
yeah.
I usually get that's the secret actually. When I ask for the founder, bro, do you have any discount? Oh yeah, we have this. I can give you 1 year for free,
Leave
but
a
you need to
review.
leave. Yeah, yeah, leave the thing. Yeah. So yeah, because of that, I don't trust the review website for
Yeah.
this. And what I looking for the first time is the price. If they have the corporate price like start from $200 a month, then I will check on it. I
Mm.
will check why they can pick this high price when other tools that similar with them can offer only like 29, 39, something like that. So that's trigger me for the first time when I want to choose which tool I want to use. So after I found the corporate price, at least they have corporate price. It means they serve the corporate, right? Not only for the
Enterprises.
personal,
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
enterprise, something like that. And then, yeah, from that, I will check their feature. And most of the tools with the enterprise price plan, something like that, they have my needs. I have I can use them like all my needs is on them.
Mm.
They provide it. So yeah, that's the first thing that I Yeah, did I start? Did I do that I did when I find the tools for me?
Hold on, hold on. Francisco is joining us right at the end because we're about to sign off, but glad I caught you. Hey, Francisco. So, is Seismiq a white label services agency? Actually, so Seismiq is another business that I had started with Parker, or planned to start with Parker, and then we just got way too busy. Uh, I mean, everything's pretty much prepared, though. Everything's pretty much prepared, but so the idea behind Seismiq, Parker and I had for a long time. I think maybe 2 years now. We had plans to do something together. Both having our own agencies, we figured either start an agency together for a different market, and then we added on to that and let's go productize. Oh, that's one. That's another topic we can talk about. Productize services. So, Seismiq was supposed to be a grouping or a group of sub brands that provide productized services in particular fields. And we were going to start off with design because we have a lot of designers, both with Parker and also on my side. And we were going to hire more designers and create productized design services. So that was one we were going to do. We're still going to do it. It's just that we're very busy right now. And then Seismiq content and so on and so forth. We're going to have different sub brands of productized services. Seismiq growth is this name of this show, and we have some plans to do things together, and we'll share that with everyone probably on this show. But thanks for dropping by, Francisco. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. But I think we're gonna sign off now because it's time to go back to work. Well, actually, it's time to eat. I'm
No,
hungry.
no, eat. Yeah,
Yeah, I need to
want
eat.
say
Yeah,
eat.
every time after this show, I eat. I don't know why we decided to do it at 8 p.m. because I gotta eat. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in again on episode 5, not 4. Already over a month, and we'll see you
Next
guys
week
next
is
time.
episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6. And next week, we'll think of a topic to talk about. But if you have some questions, let us know. And I think we should talk about maybe first steps. So cold outreach, how to do cold
Yeah,
outreach, what tools to use, how to go about it. Maybe. So if you're interested,
yeah.
make sure to stay tuned every Thursday, 8 p.m. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.